What's up, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's Alan here, and today we're going to be looking at classical music because you guys will not stop asking for it. You want more classical music. You want more classical music. Okay, fine. You're getting it. We're going to be learning this piece right here in 1 minute, 10 minutes, and an hour. Check it out. This is probably one of my most favorite violin concertos of all time. It's called Scottish Fantasy by Max Bruch.
Max Bruch.
We're going to be learning this piece for the first time. I've never actually looked at it. I've listened to it like 40 times over, but I've actually never tried to learn it because I've always thought of it to be too difficult for me. But today, I had the brilliant idea of saying, why not try and learn this piece in 1 minute, 10 minutes, and an hour, and see how it goes. So let's do it, I guess. Oh, and by the way, before I forget, if you are a violinist and you're watching this video, make sure you watch the whole thing because I'm going to be showing you kind of how I practice, my process through practicing, and maybe it might help you. So this is the first minute. I'm going to set a stopwatch for a minute, and then I guess we're going to get started. Let's see how it goes. Seconds. Uh-oh. 8 VA. Oh my god. Okay, I am not ready for this. This is 1 minute. Are you guys ready? Whew! Here we go. Oh my god. Oh my god, that was... I'm gonna cry. This is probably the worst way you could practice, is by playing the piece after a minute. And I know some of you guys out there do this exact thing where you look at a piece for the first time, you're like, oh, let me play it, and then you just make a billion mistakes going through the whole thing. And I know this because I did it too when I was young. So you don't want to do what I just did there because it builds bad habits immediately. But that was a minute. It was horrible. Let's continue with 10 minutes, and hopefully I can do something now. Hopefully I can actually work on this piece a little bit. So here we go. So with 10 minutes on the clock, the first thing I did was look at the double stops in the beginning because they were giving me a little bit of trouble. So I played them very, very slowly to work on intonation, and I quickly found that relaxing my fingers while playing them helped a lot with my clarity and my tone. Now when you're practicing, make sure you have a pencil with you at all times. One of my teachers always used to say, pencil lead is cheap, but mistakes are expensive, and I stand by that. So don't be afraid to mark in your music, whether it be fingerings, bowings, accents, or other ideas.
Now, I spent a good minute just watching Stefan Jakub's performance and writing down things I liked about his interpretations. And honestly, I do this every time I'm learning a new piece, because there's so much you can learn from just watching and analyzing other violinists' performances, and I highly, highly recommend you do this. Like even before you practice the piece for the first time. And here's me struggling with all the string crossings. Honestly, it's probably the hardest part of this piece.
Okay, so I just practiced for 10 minutes, and I feel a lot better than I was at the 1 minute mark, but this piece is tough. That's what I figured out playing for 10 minutes. This piece is going to require a lot of work, but anyways, let's see if we can pull something together. This is 10 minutes of practice. Here we go. Oh my god. It's so bad. It's bad. Alright guys, so that was after 10 minutes of practice. I'm feeling disappointed in myself, but also I now know for sure that this piece is super difficult. It's not something that you learn in 1 hour. Probably learn it more in like a month. But now I kind of know what things I need to go in depth on, and so that's what we're going to do in the next hour. I'm about to go into serious mode. I'll take you guys along and show you kind of how I tackle my problems, see if I can change anything up to make it easier on myself. And yeah, but before we do that, I'm missing one thing. Let me go get him. Alright guys, so I just got Perry. Perry, meet the world. Everybody say hi to Perry. This is my cloth. Okay, this goes under my chin because when you practice a lot, you get like this little mark under your neck. You call it a violin hickey. So this is to prevent that, kind of. Obviously, it hasn't worked. But yeah, when I get serious, I get Perry out and yeah, we go to work. So let's get into this final hour of practice. I'm going to set the timer and we're going to start working. Here we go.
So with 1 hour left, I now had the time to focus in on the more technical parts of the piece. I like to draw in brackets around the main areas to section passages off, and only work on one of these sections at a time. So in this case, there are 3 main spots that need work: the string crossing area, the quick arpeggiated runs in the middle, and the gigantic scales at the end. So let's look at the string crossing part first. So what I was doing right there is a practice method called isolating, where you take a complex passage requiring you to incorporate multiple techniques, and then you break it up so you only have to worry about one of those techniques at a time. So in this case, this passage requires a lot of bow control, as well as clarity of the double stops. Now I only wanted to work on the double stops, so I left out the string crossings and just practiced the top notes, and boom, there you go, isolation. And this helped a ton. Also, if you're a violinist, I switched fingerings here, shifting up to second position, and that makes things a lot easier, especially for intonation. Moving on to the next area, now I'm looking at arpeggios, which look basic on paper but are very annoying to deal with at high tempo. And the key here was to practice slowly and make sure that I was giving each note equal time. Whenever you're dealing with fast passages, make sure the notes are even, and this will help you improve your clarity tremendously. And finally, for the scales at the end, I changed the bowing to work better with the dynamics, and I also changed the fingering so I wouldn't have to extend for the high G at the top there. After that, my fingers kind of died on me, so I said, screw it, nap time.
All right. have it, ladies and gentlemen. That is Scottish Fantasy in under an hour practiced, and I'm tired, okay? I'm really tired. That performance sucked, but regardless, if you guys enjoyed the video and want to see more, hit the like button and leave a comment down below with any song suggestions that you have. And I'll see you in the next video. Peace.